Skypebeard talked in such a way that it made you think that you were the crazy one.
What? That's crazy!
Hello friends and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily cringe content anywhere on the internet. Promise swearsies, it's just a fact and it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up. Thank you so much. We are back into the Skypebeard saga today. If you missed the previous parts, those links in the description. Haven't heard anything from Osgood recently. I was hoping I could do them side by side, you know, part 3 from here, part 3 from here, but that doesn't seem to be how it's working out, so that's fine. We'll get through what we can get through today and we'll get on into it. Skypebeard Part 3, Interlude, or How I Was Brainwashed for So Long. I mean, okay, the video just started, but I guess we deserve an interlude. That intro took a lot out of me. Another day, another moment of reliving my trauma, and for the amusement of thousands. Isn't that so nice? Hello once again, friends and star family. Jerry Army, redheads. I like friends. Friends is probably best. 'Tis I, Zed, your OP once more, bringing you an interlude on the Skypebeard saga. Let me start by saying that I have been very straightforward with the story so far. I suppose that's fair to say. I've only explained key details of my story without any fluff, which is a good thing, don't get me wrong. However, I don't think I'm truly giving you guys the full picture of just how deceiving and downright scary Skypebeard was. What are you talking about, bro? She showed up to your house. You don't even know what she looks like, and it sounded like there was a Yeti outside. That's pretty scary to me. With all that said, in the spirit of warning future souls about the dangers of online predators, no matter what age, I have a special receipt for you all. It's one of the voice messages that Skypebeard left me after we quote-unquote made up. I happened to keep it in case things went off the deep end and I needed physical evidence of her being a psychopath. I could explain it to death, but let's let the beard do the talking for us. Oh, some audio accoutrement for our Legbeard saga. I think that's the first time this ever happened. Okay, let's go check it out.
And I think I should have said that you were seeing sharks, but I was seeing dolphins and rainbows, and I was enjoying just the waves around us, and it just felt so amazing, and it was like we were in paradise, and
Stop. No, she's trying to lure you in with descriptions of this place and thing that will never exist.
Not paradise that they talk about in Starkiss, though, because that's a totally different paradise, and it's not really paradise. It's a planet that they get stuck on. Not that type of paradise.
Not that type of paradise. I'm sure it isn't. I also wanted to point out that there's a sort of sick desperation in her laugh. It's creeping me out a little bit.
Okay, so the other thing I forgot to mention, another one of your passions, or I think could end up, becoming something more, like, is just your artwork too. I forgot about that. There's just so many things that I could go on about.
Then go on about them. Actually say something, if you please. just mention the artwork. Okay, check that off the list. Do I seem like a functioning human being yet? No. You're not even close. I don't think you've formed a single coherent thought yet, but keep going.
So just do more of that. And then I think at some point too, when you also explore nature a little bit more with where you are, that's going to help.
Yeah, go touch grass, OP. Grass ain't for me, but you should definitely be touching some. Get in touch with nature. Whatever the hell that vague statement is supposed to mean.
Decompress from school, from the 3D, from, work and stuff like that, because you really kind of need to be away from other people's energies like I do, because you're very sensitive, just like me. You're very empathic and all. So for me, nature really helps with that.
When do you think the last time this woman went outside is? Just a serious question. You can say as much stuff as you want. Oh, I'm empathic and in touch with nature. But both of those things, provably false. Sure, keep going, I guess.
And you don't have a place of your own right now to just kind of decompress in the house, so you kind of have to utilize Mother Earth and nature. So that's another thing that I wanted to bring up as well.
Yeah, utilize Mother Earth. Go outside and run your hands through her hair. The grass is the hair. You're gonna feel so good. It's gonna wrap you up in a rainbow and surround you with sharks and dolphins. What are we even talking about right now? We've not made one specific concrete statement. Normally that's fine, but please just say something worth listening to.
Could you do that for me? Thanks.
And what else? I think there might have been one more thing, but I don't want to leave too many voice recordings because I know that.
Ugh, why are you trying to bring this stuff up? Even when you bring it up, you don't say anything about it.
Well, who knows when you're going to listen to them. I guess the main thing I don't think you realize.
If you want me to listen to your voice recordings, make sure they're worth listening to, okay? You don't sit there and babble into a fucking microphone for minutes at a time. Send all this to me in text format so I can skim it and know automatically that it's not worth reading.
I don't think you realize how hard it's been on me because I am a very, very visual person. So whenever I had a chance to actually see you, like when you would send video messages through Skype and Facebook.
Yeah, I'm just a visual person. What do you want? It's been so hard on me. Let's make sure to make this entire situation about me. She's so insufferable. It's been 2 minutes, and I'm crawling up the walls. You're making me nuts!
That would really cheer me up every day, and I knew that you cared. So I've almost felt like if I were to take this personally, like I'm being punished for something that I didn't do. So it's like you can't send video messages, or you won't, because you did at least work on one that you were going to post to either your Facebook page, I guess, for everybody, or...
Was that a cut between the clips or like something censored? Either way, she does sound deranged. She's just rambling on and on about nothing, about why you need to send her video, even though she doesn't ever show her face to you. But for the sake of uncovering the truth about the lizards, OP will go to the ends of the earth, I guess.
But the stuff that you did for me, it's like, just how it's been voice messages, and it's been different. It's like, I almost was feeling like, what did I do to deserve that? Because why was this taken away from me?
This, not you, just this. You're a thing to her, OP. And despite you being basically an inanimate object in her mind, she still wants to blame you for all of her problems. Why was he taken away from you? Because you're a 30-something-year-old woman sending gifts to an 18-year-old boy, and it's not okay.
I couldn't really understand it for a while. And now I understand I just have to respect your free will and where you are right now, just looking at the whole of it all.
I'm sure it takes you a long time to understand a lot of things, lady. You still haven't even fully pieced it together, but that's what we get, so that's what we're working with.
But yeah, that does still hurt, because it's a huge difference. Just that connection and being able to see you, I could pick up on so much more energetically from being able to see you and just see your smile
and see you and see you and also to see you. OP must be like kind of smoking. She's just sprung off the alien boy from Facebook.
like in the way you would express yourself sometimes when you were singing, and when I would actually visually see that was a gift to me, and I felt like, you just pulled back in so many ways, and we both know I didn't deserve it, especially that whole week that I didn't even know if I'd ever hear from you again.
We both know that I didn't deserve it. Let me feed this opinion to you. And then the way she says especially, ugh, run it back again.
Especially.
That is about the worst goddamn thing I've ever heard. Especially. Why do you say it like that? You're in your 30s. Nobody ever told you not to say it like that? Have you ever written it down? Do you see a K in it? That's the biggest red flag of this entire thing. Continuing on.
Which reminded me of like someone who was suicidal, that I was dating one time, and I thought they'd killed themselves for like a whole week. I didn't hear from them, and there's just things that have gone on like that where it's like I don't want to do stuff like that with people. Done with that.
I don't want to do stuff like that with people. You know, he was deeply going through something, and the only thing that she could see is how it inconveniences her.
I know you've apologized, but things will really have to shift.
I know you've apologized, but things will really have to shift. Are you kidding me? You're still in the wrong here. Nothing's been made up for. She just presumes OP's forgiveness and starts in with the rant about what she needs out of this relationship. Which I guess is basically just to see you and have you be beholden to her every whim. It's not that much to ask, come on. Oh my god.
That's all I gotta say, because I don't, how would I say this without, I just gotta be transpersonal about it.
Transpersonal. Transparent, you literal mouth breather. I hate this. She knows what she's saying is wrong deep down. There's like some level of defensiveness to this, but she's still going on the attack. She still wants to justify telling OP how to live his life.
What I call transpersonal,
Transpersonal.
Well, you know that there's a lot that you gotta work out within yourself, and then maybe when you've had some time to search within, and when you've done what I've suggested, if you feel called to do so, maybe there could be a regrouping, and then we can see where things go.
Where things go? Out the window, out the emergency exit. Get the hell out. She's pointing the finger, being like, you got a lot of work to do on yourself, OP. It's like, well, he's 18, you're 30, whatever, pushing 40. Maybe you're the one that should have a little more figured out by now. She's despicable.
But you always gotta follow your own heart and your passion, so if something doesn't feel right, don't do it, but I know that when we were, before your parents got involved, it's like you were following your heart, and it did feel right. And they tried to convince you of something else.
Of something else. They made him see the situation for what it is with their decades of experience. Now following his heart means seeing the truth in what they said and distancing yourself from this online predator. Don't let people confuse you with this flowery talk.
Instead of you following your intuition, which I keep telling you to do. Like, follow your own gut, follow your intuition, follow, like, your abilities, the abilities that you have, as do I, when it comes to being able to read someone's energy and intentions, and, you know?
Yeah, just follow. Anything I say, I expect you to follow. All the words in between don't matter. It's the repetitious one that you need to take notice of. Right.
You know?
Dead air.
That's what I recommend. I mean, it's not like we're gonna get it perfect every single time, though. But we live and learn.
Wow, that's so deep. We definitely do live and learn. That's not just a platitude that you picked up somewhere. And she's right, that sometimes our intuition isn't always right. OP trusted this person initially. You were part of his living and learning. You should feel honored, honestly.
And that's part of life. But for you to go as far as you did about, like, me having some gang and I'm gonna come kill you when we were in such a beautiful place.
Dude, what's the gang thing about? You joined up with the Bean Boys gang? Bean Boys gang was here!
Very, very shocking. So, especially when I open up to you about...
Especially. Again, goddammit. I don't want to hear any of your stories. I just want to hear you pronounce especially right. One time. Do it. 30 years old. You talk like a second grader.
Some of my stories, as you know, and you already know this. You do. I'm not telling you anything you don't know right now. So I wish you well on your path, and I always will.
I wish you well on your path. I might actually believe her if she was actually letting go, but you can tell just from the tone of this entire message that she's planning on reeling him back in 100%. And then she could tell him about all the things he did wrong.
Women.
Ugh.
And I just hope you can get unstuck. That's what I wish for you. So I hope you're having sweet dreams. And I do hope that you do respect and the gifts that were given.
Yeah, get unstuck. From your parents, not from me. Let me remind you of the gifts that I gave you in an effort to keep you stuck, to me specifically. It's so transparent. How is it so easy to pull apart everything you said? Because you're not as clever as you think you are, that's why.
And that everything will be safe. And I think you do. Like with the dragon, he's cute.
There's that sick desperation laugh again.
I kind of wish I could tell you what I got you. I'm almost tempted to tell you what the Draconians got you.
What the Draconians got you? We just took a left turn directly into the woods. What? What? And I also hate how this is one of those Midwestern goodbyes. She's like, okay, have sweet dreams, but first let me tell you all this other crap. Like, no, just hang up. End the message now. It's already unbearable.
But maybe I should wait on that. Yeah, I think I'll wait on that. Alright. I'll see you on the other side of all this density, hopefully, okay? Once again, hope you're sleeping well.
Yeah, I want to tell you about the thing that I bought for you, but I have to wait until I reel you back in to lure you with some more gifts. I'll see you on the other side of all this density. The only density is your head. Why can you not put together that you are not a good thing for this young person? Why can you not respect the wishes of his parents to not contact him anymore? She's entitled. She has delusions of grandeur. As far as I can recall, those are our only stipulations to label somebody as a beard, and she has met them in spades, among many other weird things about her. Even just the way that she talks. It's got sort of like this flat effect to it. You can tell deep down that she doesn't actually mean any of the things that she says. I can't really describe why that is, but like I've said before, just listen to people. Not necessarily the words, but how they talk. And her, she's not invested in any of this. She's got a game plan, and she's executing it. I do want to thank OP for providing the voice message, because it definitely adds some context, and it's something we haven't seen on the channel before. Real cool, really interesting. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's get into the actual story, I suppose. So yeah, insert video here. I'm sure that'll be along shortly, OP, and then he links to the voice call. Okay, yeah. Now, just imagine that is how she would talk to me when she was in trouble. It sounds so innocent and well-intended that I almost got fooled. Even now, or maybe I'm still brainwashed, or maybe I was wrong the entire time and I'm the neckbeard. Ah well, a little trauma bonding never hurt no one. And that's trace amounts of science. She definitely does seem to have good intent, but it's very thinly veiled. I only pointed out some of the things that I happened to notice, but I guess hindsight is 20/20. I might have fallen into the situation at 18. Now I'm old. Now I'm supremely skeptical. Anyway, LP says, if anything, I hope this gives you all a better understanding of how Osgood might have been, and is still being manipulated. I imagine L'Ogre with a touch less subtlety, but yeah, quite possible. I mean, Osgood can't be a complete idiot, right? There's got to be at least some veneer of nicety. Skypebeard talked in such a way that it made you think that you were the crazy one.
What? That's crazy!
Yeah, that's pretty basic script flip, you know? Either that or she says, we're both guilty, but we've forgiven each other, so some stuff has got to change and I'll list out the things, like... Yeah, she's been manipulating people for a couple decades longer than OP has. So as a young kid, yeah, you might get tricked. But if you watch this video, at least you know some of the things to watch out for, right? Shoot, I'm even starting to wonder if I misremembered the events of that year. However, that is how predators like Skypebeard get you. Lot of gaslighting, spin you around in circles until you don't know which way you go. Make no mistake, everything I've said up until now has been factually the truth. Skypebeard did ask for my address only 3 days after responding to me. She did try to gaslight me into thinking that I was the one with the problem. Not to mention the constant calling and messaging when she thought she lost me forever. Oh. What an absolute maniac. I probably would have ghosted her at that point. That's a really convenient excuse to not have to deal with this anymore. I think for someone like Skypebeard, who has such a strong victim mentality, it's possible that she sees no other option than to become the victim in every scenario. That's fair. I don't think she actually plotted this out. This has just been her defense mechanism for so long that she doesn't know how to react any other way. She's not self-reflective enough to have these grand schemes. Like I said, barely functional. Does anyone else suddenly start to smell some unfortunate kanukis? Probably just my imagination. Anyway, my point being that if this chick could use words in such a way that could brainwash an 18-year-old, who's to say Laogra isn't doing the same to Osgood? Damn, that is a really good point, actually. That is why these massive age gap relationships are always concerning to me. One person's gonna lose out, and it's probably the younger one. Not to mention Skypebeard's ex, who was a 20-something openly gay dude. How do you flip an openly gay dude? Something ain't right over there. I mean, that's a whole other can of worms to deal with. Occam's razor says she's lying. Have you ever talked to the guy, or you just know of him? Because I'm pretty sure she's lying. Some more dishonorable mentions are calling me with literally no warning. Sometimes I would be busy, and I would let her know that I'm gonna be busy, and she would still call me anyway. Her excuse was, I wanted to leave you a voicemail. I don't like texting. I wonder why. Because texting would actually imply that the messages have a point and a coherent structure. She likes calling you up to give this weird stream of consciousness type of monologue, which I guess I do too a lot, but at least we still have the story or the post to keep the plot moving forward. Skypebeard also didn't care if my parents knew that we were still talking when I wanted to keep things private. Yeah, some of the onus does have to fall on OP too, doesn't it? Like, you've been pretty clearly warned by your parents, and yet. But I guess people have to make their own mistakes. OP has admitted some fault, at least. He said it was about trying to uncover more about the reptilians. But I don't know, OP, on some level, didn't you want to clap them cheeks just a little? I don't know much else that can keep a dude around through thick and thin like this. Anyway, in addition to the previous mention, Skypebeard would call at any hour, at all hours. If you're wondering if this gal even works, well, we'll get into that in the next part. She doesn't, clearly. But yeah, she would call me and expect me to answer. If I was in my room, I would answer and try to be quiet. Don't answer. Just tell her that your phone exploded. Skypebeard. Zed, speak up! I can't hear you! OP. I'm sorry. I just think my dad is right outside my door. Skypebeard. Zed, I don't care if your dad hears me! I need to be able to hear you, so stop mumbling! Do you realize the repercussions of this action? She does. She wants to continue to force him to make a choice between his parents and her. And at a point where you're trying to find your independence and leave the nest, it might seem like a competition, but with the wisdom of the ages behind you, it's always your parents. Your parents want the best for you way more than random internet predators. I cannot tell you how bad this situation pissed me off. I've already told her that my parents don't know we're still talking, but she didn't care. Even still, I held my tongue and let it go. At some point, you gotta bite back, you know? I'm pretty sure the fallout for this one's gonna be absolutely beautiful. She would interrupt D&D in order to have me heed her call. That's fine, you can answer your scrying device, you just have to do it in character. Hello, cave troll, this Grugneck. What want? So, a little bit of a teaser of what's to come. I used to play D&D with my ex-best friend, long Neckbeard adjacent story, and his family. I never really understood how to play D&D, but I tried my hardest to understand. This was before I knew what D&D horror stories were, and let me tell you, the game that I played in was pretty close to one. But that's a story for another time. Give it to me. Right now, give it to me. But to add insult to injury, Skypebeard would message me constantly during the game. I tried to just focus on the game passively while texting under the table so as not to seem rude, but Skypebeard was having none of it. Finally, I excused myself to the restroom, where I tried to stand up for myself. Dude, just turn the phone off. Yes, I love Pocket Computer. But do I want to be constantly tethered to everybody that I know? No, I don't. Sometimes I need a bit of a break. The phone's gotta go off. But OP responds with, Skypebeard, I can't talk right now. We'll be done in like an hour and a half. Skypebeard, I'm sorry, Zed, but I need you to write something to spoiler. I already wrote it out for you. You just need to send it. Who's the spoiler? What's the spoiler? What's happening right now? OP says, okay, but just to let you know, I don't want to be on my phone during D&D. I'm in the restroom right now. I'm trying really hard to juggle everything you're throwing at me, but can I please just take a little break? So you've already put yourself on the back foot. You're preemptively apologizing. I'm not begging you for a break. I'm telling you that I'm taking a break. That's the energy that I respect. Even before I knew what D&D etiquette was, I figured it was rude to be on your phone during the game. However, y'all know the drill. Show resistance. Skypebeard, Zed, you've not been trying hard. Look at yourself, having fun playing D&D, and I'm over here doing all the work. You're lazy, Zed. You haven't been trying at all. You know what? Never mind. I'll do it myself. Good. Fuck out of here. Your automatic response is to jump up and defend yourself. I'm not lazy. Look, I'll prove it right now. But that's exactly the response she wants. Instead, you should say, you're right. I am lazy. I've never done a day of work in my life, and I like it that way. If you ain't paying me, I ain't doing it. Y'all get the picture by now. So I say, sorry. See, preemptively, I called it. I do what she wants, and I get a reward for being a good boy. I hope she didn't say it like that. God, I know she said it like that. What I never told her, though, and what I'm going to reveal to you all, is that I never had fun playing D&D. The sole reason being Skypebeard. I was conditioned to feel every moment where I wasn't at work, I had to spend it with Skypebeard or helping her with her project. Is that Project Mayhem? You did not ask questions about Project Mayhem. If I didn't, I would feel like complete trash and that I was being lazy. So even though I had the phone off, I was sitting at the table and trying to focus on my level 3 Silver Dragonborn Paladin. It never really mattered to me. Sad, bro. We all gotta learn to disconnect at some point. Sit back, learn to enjoy things. Don't live for other people. Especially not people that you just met online and hardly even know. I'll live for my wife, my kids, maybe my parents. But anybody else, take a flying leap, dude. I don't care how you feel about it. I'm gonna play my clearly superior dwarf paladin. So, to loop all of this back to Osgood, I have to wonder if this is how his relationship with Leogra felt. Someone who had been conditioned to love someone without any resistance. Just how many times has Leogra love-bombed Osgood the same way Skypebeard love-bombed me? If anything, I hope Osgood hears Skypebeard and relates it back to Leogra. The wheels are definitely turning in that kid's head. Some of the messages on Discord are rather hopeful. We might cover that on the Sunday live stream. If we manage to pull him back from the brink, that could be a really nice thing. With all of that said, I would like to thank each and every one of you who has read or listened to this interlude of the Skypebeard saga. I don't think this should go on for too much longer. Maybe 5 parts at most, with an epilogue. I'm also thinking of turning back on my Skype to see if she's still messaging out into the void. I'll kick that hornet's nest when it falls on me, I guess. Until then, the reptilians have done nothing wrong. Don't trust your government, and I will talk to you all soon. Zed out. Don't trust your government. What a beautiful sign-off line. But yes, I'm sure L'Ogre has love-bombed the hell out of Osgood in order to keep him around. The things that I hear described via Ramtide, or even from his own mouth sometimes, don't sound necessarily loving. But maybe they're just past that point. They've been together 15 years. Nobody's putting on airs anymore. Everybody just kind of accepts it for the mess that it is. But again, I'll say I'm glad that you did not do that, OP. You managed to get up and out, and that is what's most importantly. Second most importantly is you guys liking, commenting, subscribing on the video. I am going to link more Osgood Saga for you guys on the end card, as seems to be the theme here. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely deserve it, and I shall see you in the next one. So until then, bye-bye. Go ahead, cut them open. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Promise, swears he